I'm Sabrina Ramonov, and in today's video, I'm going to attempt to make a 100% AI-generated music video for the movie Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. And the reason I chose this movie is simply because I watched it yesterday in theaters. It was an awesome movie, and I felt inspired to try to make an AI music video from the movie. So for today, I'm going to actually combine 3 different AI tools: ChatGPT to make the lyrics, and then feed it into Suno to make the actual music, and then use AnimateDiff to convert a text prompt into like a 1-2 second GIF, and then stitch a bunch of those GIFs together into a music video. So the first thing I'm going to do is open ChatGPT and create the lyrics out of it. And I'm too lazy to create my own lyrics. So first I'm going to ask it to summarize the movie Furiosa, and then we'll work with that, massage it a bit to create song lyrics. Let's see, please summarize the movie Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, with particular emphasis on Furiosa's journey as a hero. Okay. Here's the plot summary. Sorry for any spoilers. Oh, I like how it actually broke down the hero's journey, like call to adventure, freezes the call, finds a mentor, crosses the threshold, approach to the inmost cave, the ordeal and the reward, the road back, resurrection, and return with the elixir. Okay, is this actually accurate? Let me just read it real quick. Yeah, so she was abducted from her home paradise. Basically, they had this sliver in Australia that had waterfalls and green, lush trees and abundance compared to everywhere else in the barren, dystopian wasteland. I don't think this is accurate. I think she always wanted to go home, so... Yeah, I'm not sure which. I don't know if it's summarizing something else, or I don't remember this in the movie anyway. So I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try removing the hero's journey thing because I'm kind of afraid ChatGPT is hallucinating a bunch of stuff to make it fit into a traditional hero journey narrative. So. Ew, okay, it's using the same context, so I'm going to open a new chat since in this session it's using the previous context, which I just want to make sure ChatGPT isn't hallucinating anything. So in this new chat, I'm going to just say summarize the plot of the movie Furiosa, and not mention anything about a hero's journey, so it doesn't summarize, or it doesn't hallucinate random things. Okay, and that's cool. It actually searched 4 sites, and you can see the sources here: Wikipedia, Warner Bros., and People Mag. Okay. We know it's accurate real-time information because it mentions the main actress, Anya Taylor-Joy. Okay. All right, yeah. Throughout the film, Furiosa goes significant trials. So this is a pretty good high-level summary of the plot. She's kidnapped from her home, the Green Place, by a biker gang, Dementis, played by Chris Hemsworth, who's hilarious in the movie, by the way. And now we want to basically take this and turn it into song lyrics. So let me copy paste the part that I think is the most relevant. Okay, here. And let's ask ChatGPT. Let's see, it can turn the plot of the movie Furiosa into heavy metal song lyrics. And I do want to emphasize the hero's journey as part of the lyrics, but again, I'm afraid of ChatGPT hallucinating and inserting things that weren't in the movie. So let me just start with this and we can iterate from there. Okay. All right. So in the wasteland's grip, stolen from my home, a biker horde led by Dementis roams. Oh, kidnapped from the Green Place, I'm thrown to the fight. In the hell of the desert, I'll rise in the night. Wow. This is really good. Okay, here's the chorus. Furiosa, warrior queen in the land of dust and gasoline. Through the fire, through the pain, I'll rise again. I'll break these chains. Immortan Joe, Tyrant of the Sand, his citadel stands. And for those of you who don't know the Mad Max saga, basically Citadel is where Immortan Joe's headquarters is. It's where he rules and he has like all the plants and water and stuff. These are pretty good lyrics. Like, I'm pretty impressed that this was from the first try. I don't see anything I want to change. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is copy and paste these lyrics and feed them into Suno to actually make the song. So for those of you not familiar with it, Suno is an AI app where you can create your own custom songs. It can also generate lyrics for you, but in this case, I wanted to enter my own lyrics. I'm just going to remove some of these like placeholders like verse and chorus and stuff. All right. So style of music. Just thinking through Mad Max, it's like a kind of like a heavy metal, industrial. I don't want to say it's techno. Let's just try heavy metal and industrial and see what that does. And let's call this Furiosa Warrior Queen, like in the chorus, and click create. All right, and it looks like it generated 2 versions, so I'm just going to select one of them to preview. Okay. This is pretty awesome. The tyrant of the sand, his citadel stands, his power expands, but I'll forge my path with a steel-clad arm. In this broken world, I'll sound the alarm. Furiosa, warrior queen, in the land of dust and gasoline, through the fire, through the pain, I'll rise again, I'll break these chains. It's pretty impressive compared to the second song. I don't like this song as much as the first one. I thought the first one was actually pretty good already. So what I'm going to do is download the audio. Okay, so we have the MP3. And then the next step is really to create the actual video portion of it, like what animations do we want and everything. And for that, I'm going to use a tool called AnimateDiff. This is actually my first day playing with AnimateDiff, and as far as I understand, you put in a text prompt and it creates like a really, really short video using stable diffusion under the hood. And so I just want to go back to the song lyrics. So the very first verse is, "In the wasteland's grip, stolen from my home, a biker horde led by Dementis roams." And so we want to think about like, what's the text prompt? Let's go with it. I'm actually just going to copy and paste this first sentence, paste it here, and just see what happens. So here we're in AnimateDiff. I'm going to click generate. You can see on the right side, I did try a couple prompts before filming this video just to get a sense of how AnimateDiff works. I couldn't really get a very good like picture of Immortan Joe, even though I tried like various prompts and stuff. But anyway, let's see what this one generates. All right. This is weird. I guess it got a biker horde and there's like a leader at the front, but he's like shape-shifting, and it does look like a wasteland, kind of like a dystopian wasteland, but for this particular set of lyrics, I kind of want to focus more on Furiosa being kidnapped from her paradise. So let's say like Furiosa women. Actually, she was a little girl. Furiosa girl kidnapped from Paradise by, let's say, Biker Gang. And I'm pretty new to AnimateDiff, and so I'm not jiving sometimes with like how my prompts are translated to the images, but it is really cool, kind of the final result and how they're animated. And again, why I decided to reword it is I really want to focus on the first sentence, which is Furiosa being stolen, kidnapped from her home by Dementis. Okay, this she doesn't really look like she's being kidnapped here. I mean, I think it just kind of combined like the paradise you can see in the background with a motorcycle. So, I don't know how to get it to be like, let's say, motorcycle gang kidnaps girl from paradise. Let's make it like a really simple English sentence and see if that helps. Again, this is showing like a girl on a motorcycle riding in paradise, so it's not exactly what we want. Maybe we'll just say kidnaps girl from paradise. Let's just make it even simpler, just to convey the point that Furiosa was kidnapped from her home, and that's the start of the movie. I mean, another idea I have is we could have the first scene as the biker horde, and then the next scene, she's kidnapped from the green paradise. That way we can... This is not going the direction we want. Let's try again. Biker horde kidnaps girl from paradise and brings her into dystopian wasteland. Yeah, I mean, this second line, like kidnapped from the green place, I'm thrown in the fight. It's just not, we're just not getting what we want here. Like, I'm trying to show Furiosa being kidnapped from paradise. Let's see. But anytime I put like biker or motorcycle, it shows the girl on the motorcycle instead of the girl being kidnapped. Let's see. So let's say motorcycle rider puts girl on back of motorcycle and rides into dystopian. Let's just say wasteland. I don't want to use too many words. I feel like it's confusing the model. So motorcycle rider puts girl on. Something like that. Because that's actually kind of what happens in the movie. So they tie up Furiosa, put her on the back of the motorcycle, and then they ride out back into the wasteland. Oh my gosh. This is showing like a mom who rides motorcycles in a wasteland, but she looks happy to be riding the motorcycle, so like she doesn't look like she's been kidnapped at all. So okay, let's make it like even simpler. We'll just create like two separate images back to back, where in one the girl's in paradise, like living her best life, and then in the next image she's in a dystopian wasteland fighting. So that hopefully that'll convey the point that she was like, you know, pulled from her paradise and her family and stuff. So girl enjoying simple life in paradise forest. This is so weird. Like, first of all, what is this like red thing in the back? That's supposed to be a mouse. Okay, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. So I'm gonna download this picture. I'm gonna call it scene 2. And then again, in the same scene, or the next scene, sorry, we're gonna have the girl like struggling to survive in dystopian wasteland. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll take that. I mean, she looks really distressed in a dystopian wasteland. Like the colors went, like just looking at the colors side by side, it went from like really happy, bright colors to, you know, dim, gray, brown dystopian wasteland. So let's download this and call it scene 3. Okay, and then let's look at what's next. And then the next chorus is Furiosa, warrior queen in the land of dust and gasoline. So let's try what we did before. Let's just like literally copy paste the lyrics and see what AnimateDiff produces. And if we don't get what we want, that's when we'll start tweaking the prompt to get a little bit closer. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, she looks like, just the facial expression kind of looks like a warrior queen, and there's definitely a lot of dust and gasoline in the background. So I think we'll take it. We'll take it for now. I'm going to call this scene 4. And these are really short clips, so what I'm going to have to do in my video editor is like loop them a couple times so it matches like the song lyrics and stuff. And then we'll do like 2 or 3 more. So through the fire, through the pain, I'll rise again. I'm just afraid if I don't mention the girl, then it's not going to have anything with the girl, but let's see what it produces from these lyrics. All right. Yeah, just as I thought, it doesn't have the girl anymore. So it's a cool picture for sure. I think it just needs to be the same girl. So the girl will rise again and break these chains. All right, yeah, so it's a pretty similar image to the previous one, except now it's a girl. I can't tell if she has hands or they're just like flamethrowers for hands, but it's a pretty good image. I'll take that, yeah. Let's download this, and I believe it's going to be scene number 5, yeah. So we're almost done. I think I'm just going to create 1 or 2 more scenes, and then we can put it all together in a video editor. Overall, it's been about 20 minutes so far, so I've been pretty impressed. We've gotten lyrics that are pretty good describing Furiosa's hero journey in the latest movie. Suno made a song, which literally on the first pass, I was pretty happy with it already. I liked its first version, not its second. Like, there didn't stand out anything that I would change for now. And then already with AnimateDiff, we've produced like a bunch of these little clips that we can stitch together for our music video. Okay, so this will be scene 5. And let's go back to the lyrics and do 1 or 2 more. So Immortan Joe, yeah, so basically after Furious is kidnapped by Dementis, eventually Dementis confronts Immortan Joe, trying to negotiate for more resources, and that's like our introduction to Immortan Joe and the Citadel in the movie. So Immortan Joe, I don't know, it'll be curious if AnimateDiff like has training data on Immortan Joe from the Mad Max series. Let's just see what this generates. I feel like in my previous earlier tests when I was just playing around with AnimateDiff, it really didn't generate like a visual that looked like Immortan Joe, even when I fed it a description of Immortan Joe. So let's see what this does, and then. Okay, I mean, I guess it kind of shows the Citadel part, and like it's like a powerful thing, but it doesn't really show Immortan Joe at all. So what I'm gonna do is actually ask ChatGPT to give me a concise visual description of Immortan Joe. It's not super concise. Yeah, I'm afraid of like pasting all this into AnimateDiff. I think it'll just confuse it more. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to be even more concise and really just focus on like a couple visual aspects of Immortan Joe. Okay, so I'm going to try saying, give me 3 Spartan bullet points that describe the visual appearance of Immortan Joe. And then we'll take those bullet points and probably distill it down even further. Okay, grotesque armor. So let's take skeletal armor. Let's just take skeletal armor again. I don't want to confuse it. And yeah, I think in the movies, Immortan Joe is like pretty bulky. So I don't know. Okay. A skull-like mask connected to a respiratory system, military gear with tribal elements. And I'm gonna clean this up and connected to a I'll say bulky, big warlord with skeletal armor, skull mask, like mask connected to breathing system, and military gear. I think it might get confused with tribal elements, but let's go ahead and try and see what this makes. And again, we are trying to just line it up with this verse, to the first sentence. Immortan Joe, tyrant of the sand, his citadel stands, his power expands. In fact, we might just want one scene for this, another scene for the citadel, and then this is referring to Furiosa, kind of cuts her off her arm at some point, and then forges herself a new kind of steel arm. I mean, I think it's just overemphasizing the skeleton piece. Like, there's 2 extra skeletons beside it. Like, this is not really how Joe looks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's this. He does have skeleton-ish armor, skull-like mask, but now it's just showing his skull. Yeah, I am curious if I replace this with Immortan Joe, if it's in its like training data set and recognizes who it is. Let's just say Immortan Joe with skeletal armor, skull-like mask, and military gear. Oh, again, it's just a skeleton head. Like, honestly, some of my earlier attempts at Immortan Joe were a little bit better, because he actually has long flowing white hair, right? So I don't know. Let's look up Immortan Joe. I'm just gonna try to describe him myself. Like, okay, he has like long white hair. Joe, he's like Immortan Joe warlord with long white hair. It's like a skeleton breathing mask. Yeah, he does have like this skull-like armor. It's like the pale white face. Okay. Again, we're just trying to get, the basics of what he looks like. Like really mean eyes, like devil eyes, let's say. So this prompt is from like me manually looking at an image of Immortan Joe, just mostly his face, and like trying to distill what are the most prominent features that hopefully AnimateDiff will be able to recreate. Oh, I mean, honestly, I think that's the best one so far. I mean, it's a little too much skeleton. So I am curious, like, if I just replace skeleton or remove it altogether, like, would we get closer? So I'm just looking at like different images for inspiration. Like, could we just say like scary breathing mask? Yeah, because like in this image, it's very scary and everything, but there's no actual like breathing mask. Whereas interestingly, like the previous images at least kind of had a mask going on. Hair, pale white face. Okay, let's try it. So here I just replaced skeleton breathing mask with scary breathing mask because I felt like AnimateDiff was putting way too much emphasis on the skeleton part and making like multiple features of the image into skeleton or skull-like things, which I don't want. I really just wanted his mask to look like a skull mask. All right, yeah. This is much better, actually. I mean, really kind of the last thing missing are the tubes coming out of it. We can go ahead and try it. So with tubes, scary breathing mask with 2 tubes coming out. Okay. Yeah, it's still not getting the tubes, honestly, and so I don't love it. These two are pretty similar. I like though that this one has like more wrinkles on the forehead. I think just because it shows, he's been ruling for a long time. Like he's getting tired. So let's download this, and it'll be scene 6. And then we're almost done with creating the scenes. I just wanted to create 2 more. So his citadel stands, his power expands. I want to see if I just put citadel from Mad Max, what that will generate. Okay, wow, this is pretty good, yeah. Yeah, you can see like the two kind of towering things in the background where all the plants are at the top and everything. Definitely looks like a citadel in a barren dystopian wasteland. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and download this. Okay. So scene 7, and then we'll just create one more and then go ahead and start stitching everything together. So in the next part of the verse, this is referring to Furiosa. She cut her arm off at some point and then basically created kind of like a bionic arm for herself. Forge my path a steel-clad arm. Broken world, I'll sound the alarm. Yeah, let's do what we did before. So let's just copy paste the lyrics. I do want to emphasize that it's a girl with a and then let's see what AnimateDiff generates. All right. Yeah, and it kind of shows her arm kind of becoming steel bionic in some of the scenes with a mechanic left arm in a dystopian wasteland. Say Furiosa has a mechanic left arm in a dystopian wasteland. Like, I just want one arm to be mechanic. I don't want like her whole body to be mechanic. I don't want both arms to be mechanic. So now she looks like she has 3 arms. Like she's doing this. She has her arms crossed, and then in the end of the animation she somehow grows like a 3rd arm. So not what we want, although yeah, it looks cool, like the dystopian wasteland and everything. Let's see. Let's just say she's missing an arm. Let's just say she's missing an arm in a dystopian wasteland. Let's see what that does. I mean, this is better in the sense that, yeah, she has 2 arms, but one arm looks like it could be a mechanical arm. It also looks like she's just wearing clothes on it for some reason and not the other arm. But you know, we'll take it. I think this one's good for now. It does go to show kind of the difficulty in tweaking one specific feature in an image. So you can get 80% of the way there, but if you want to change like a few specific characteristics of the image, then it can be quite difficult with the current level of Gen AI tools out there. But I'm optimistic like that will improve a lot. So I think we're pretty good with images. We have like 8 scenes so far, and each clip is pretty short. So what I'm going to do is use a video editor to like loop the clips so that it takes the span of the song lyrics. All right, now that we have the song, we've got the lyrics, and we've got the video clips, what I'm going to do is open Capcut, create a new project, and I'm going to drop in the song first and then each of the clips. All right. And let's title this project Gen AI Experiments Furiosa Music Video. Okay. Now, I'm not like super great at video editing or anything, so I'm not super great with keyboard shortcuts for this, but let's try our best. So. All right, the first scene. Okay, that's stolen from the home. We want to shorten this a bit so we get the stolen from my home. Okay. Okay, that's even shorter. I don't know why I thought like the verses would actually last longer. Okay. Really need to work on my keyboard. So, kidnap. Okay, I'm gonna shorten it there. Here. Okay, and that's where Furiosa starts. Okay. Okay. Let's move this.
Through the fire, through the pain, I'll rise again, I'll break these chains.
So it goes all the way there.
Immortal, the tyrant of the sand, his citadel.
And then his citadel.
His
Oh my goodness.
citadel stands, his power expands, but I'll forge my path. His power expands,
Okay.
but I'll forge my path with a steel-clad arm. In this broken world, I'll sound the alarm.
All right. So this is using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clips. Yeah, so we created 8 clips with AnimateDiff. So we're about 45 seconds into the actual song, and the song itself lasts only 2 minutes. So we're almost halfway. So literally, it's been 40 minutes or so, and we're almost halfway to creating like a full music video. Okay, so I'm gonna play it from start to finish, just so you guys can see what we have so far. I'm just gonna change the aspect orientation since all the video clips were landscape. So let's just do the original, whatever that is. Okay. All right, I'm gonna play the full video we have so far and put it in full screen. All right. So this is what we got, combining ChatGPT lyrics with Suno AI for music and AnimateDiff for the video clips.
Wastelands, drift, stolen from my home. I go on, let my dementors lungs. Kidnapped from the green place, I'm thrown to the fight. In the hell of the desert, I'll rise in the night. FURIOSA, warrior queen, in the land of dust and gasoline. Through the fire, through the pain, I'll rise again, I'll break these chains. Immortal, the tyrant of the sand, his citadel stands, his power expands, but I'll forge my path with a steel-clad arm. In this broken world, I'll sound the alarm.
All right. Yeah, that was pretty good. Like, I've been pretty impressed with what we were able to do in like under an hour. Some of the things that stood out to me in terms of like future things I'd want to tweak are some of the GIFs do seem really long. They feel really long. So like something like this, I'd probably break up into probably 2 more video clips just so that the music video is a little bit more dynamic. Same with this, for example. Like, I felt like I could have at least used another clip instead of one really long one. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to do is add AI captions. I just kind of forget how to do that quickly with the Capcut. Oh, here, let me try. So Capcut has a feature called Auto Lyrics that I'm going to test out. It's supposed to use AI to recognize lyrics in songs. I don't know how well that's going to work here because it's like the heavy metal soundtrack in the background makes it hard to figure out the words, but let's see how well it does. Oh, that's pretty good actually. I'm surprised it recognized anything, to be completely honest. So it's just hard to read it. So let's make it like way bigger. Okay. And then how do I change the color? I don't know. Oh wow. That's really intense. That's better. Okay, I just want to read it. Okay, now let's go through the entire video.
Wastelands, drift, stolen from my home. I go on, let my dementors lungs. Kidnapped from the green place, I'm thrown to the fight. In the hell of the desert, I'll rise in the night. FURIOSA, warrior queen, in the land of dust and gasoline. Through the fire, through the pain, I'll rise again, I'll break these chains. Immortal, the tyrant of the sand.
All right. I mean, that was pretty good, honestly. It did much better than I thought it would, given the music in the background. And so I love using CapCut because it has all of these like AI imbued features. And again, the one we did is called Auto Lyrics. It tries to recognize the lyrics within the song and then transcribe it. Obviously, it got a bunch of stuff wrong, like it didn't recognize Furiosa or Immortan Joe, things like that. And so I'd still have to like edit the transcripts a little bit. But it's still really neat because at least it's synced with the timing and I don't have to do it from scratch. I can just make tweaks here and there. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video where I walk through how to create a 100% AI generated music video, literally in under an hour. What I'm going to do next is probably just tweak some of this, fill out the remaining minute left in the song, and then just launch the music video as is. I think it's pretty cool. And again, the tools I used were ChatGPT to create the lyrics, Suno to create the song itself, and then AnimateDiff to create like these different animated clips. And Suno and AnimateDiff were both free for me, so I haven't had to pay anything just to try this out. All right. Thanks again. I'm Sabrina Ramonov. If you like this, please hit like, drop a comment below, and let me know what you think. All right. See ya.